say good afternoon to everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Skunk HTV. I hope everyone had a lovely week. Right now I'm a little bit underneath the weather, so try to bear with me. Tonight in the studio, we got the usual people as usual. Yes, man. How you doing?
Everything is good. Everything is good. Can't complain. You know?
All right. How was your week, man?
Well, you know, yesterday I was on eyes all open, looking what's going on. Okay. I see the youths from the diaspora has spoken. In regards to Mama Africa, yeah, I feel, you know, it was okay. You know,
all right.
Message to all African. Time for you and I. Get up, stand up.
All right, man. That's good, man. I'm glad you had a wonderful week, man.
Yeah.
Our next guest in the studio, he goes by the name of Glasses, man. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, man. Greetings, man. Every time it's good to be here again. As always, as the day that we're in is the greatest day. You know?
Bless the love. How was your week, man?
Yeah, skip thanks. Everything was irate. Nothing to complain about. Yeah, nothing to be sad about. You know? Yeah, because, like I said, as long as you're in the day, it's great. Thanks and praise of the Most High.
Definitely. Well, I'm glad to see everyone had a wonderful week. You know what I mean? But now, we're about to get into some hot topics. And we're going to take it from there. All right, folks? So sit back and listen to Skunk View right about now. Yes, man. So we are here again on another Friday. You know, I got my guests them in the studio, as usual. And I was speaking to one of them this week because a video came across to me where a gentleman was on TikTok Live and somebody analyzed him, which was really sad. You know what I mean? But anybody want to chime in and let me hear anybody's opinion on that? All right.
Yes, we see that's like the general culture, you know, among, you know, certain elements of the society where, you know, I think they take pleasure in, you know, perpetrating these kind of acts. And we wonder, you know, how we got to this point where, you know, the respect for life is so, you know, not worth anything. You know, and when I saw it, I thought it was, you know, a little fictitious, but then, you know, just to see a man just put a gun to another man's head like that and just shoot him, you know, in the back of his head. It's cold-blooded, but on another level, it's cowardly.
It's barbaric.
More cowardly than anything, because you're shooting the man in his head from the back.
Right.
It's a cowardly act. You know, I think that's what really, you know, kind of really gripped me most, is that you could even look the man in the face and shoot him. You shoot him from the back, and then after he fell, then you're gonna pour more, you know, pump more bullets into him, you know, in his body.
Well, the gun, to me, you know, the gunman never want him to live, you know, because, you understand me? Because he make sure empty out the clip on him, you know what I say? Never want him to live. Gunman was trying to make an example out of him, you know?
Is it fair?
What is fair?
I'm saying, is it fair? Could make a man lose his life like that? Somebody fear you like that? A person could fear you like that? Because when people fear people, then most times in situation when this happens, it happens, there's a fear factor. You know?
Right.
What could this other person do that caused this kind of action against him? I mean, what could you do? What could that individual do? What you took from somebody? What you did? Just happen. Think about it. Cold-blooded killing. Somebody just walk up behind that person and say, wham, bam, you're gone. What did I do?
Yeah, but you know, everything in Jamaica is contract killing. And most of the time, it's either contract killing.
I don't know.
Or them a fight. Or them a fight over term.
That's the same question I asked. I don't know. I want to find out what could it be.
You know what I mean? Because when I saw it, I'm like, this guy must have did something really bad.
Okay, there you go. Stop.
There
you go.
Okay.
But don't ask me why. But me and you are click now.
Okay.
You see your mind come out now and say the same thing. What I'm wondering, I'm thinking.
Right.
What problem, what could lead this kind of action? I mean, you see this man talking happy-go-lucky, you know, like, and a weird something just come. What did he say? What did he do yesterday, the day before, or 2 days before, or the night before?
Right.
What kind of confrontation would lead to this kind of action? You know, in the middle day? I mean.
You know, in Jamaica, it don't take nothing, you know, because as them say, a man tell her go F your mother, a man want kill you, you know. Back in the days, I guess it was alright. But nowadays...
No, killing not alright, no way. Back in the days,
yes,
today, yesterday, no way.
What may I try to say, right?
Yeah.
Back in the days, you may say something and a man may just shock it off. You understand me? But nowadays, nowadays these new guys, you understand me? Them just want to pick up the gun and just kill you.
He who keepeth his mouth shall surely keepeth his life in this time. The wages of sin is death. The gift of God is eternal life. But he who seeketh keepeth his mouth shall surely keepeth his life in this time.
Well, that is true, but we don't know why the youth do it.
We have the same question. We have the same question.
I mean, the street is talking and saying something else.
The street not talk right, they're talking.
Internet is talking and saying something.
Yes, it's the street. Whatever the instrument, whatever the internet carries, it carries the message of the street. And they trying to say this and that, but all of what you said, it's still not come down to what happened. It shouldn't be like that. No, I'm ready to put up X amount to find out who do that. Well, the person who did it didn't hide either. So what is the authorities gonna do? Because remember now, he's a bare-faced assassin. Bare-faced, didn't hide. That mean that mean, man, wow. They know why police are gonna get him. They know say him do it. He never hide.
Of course he hide. My man hide him face.
No man, come on, hide him face where?
Man hide him face.
Did he wear a mask?
Yeah, listen.
Did he wear a mask?
Man hide him face.
No, may I ask you?
You don't watch the video?
Did he wear a mask? I saw the video.
You saw the video?
Yeah.
Did you see him face? No, I never asked you that. Did you saw his face?
Well, I wasn't keen like that. I'm just thinking no, because I just see it happen in the broad daylight, middle day,
right?
In a middle day, middle of the day.
But you know,
I could watch it right here.
I mean, in my opinion, right?
Let me see if you see no mask.
Nah, man, I'm not on the mask.
Okay, there you go, man. So why you hiding mistake?
But listen. It has to be someone in that community.
No, he don't have no mask.
Jamaica still,
yeah.
Right? That like it was a bar setting. Like, because you hear music in the background and play. And
it looks like it happened on the street. On the street.
At a bar. It looks like it happened at a bar.
It happened at a venue. There's an address.
Yeah, it happened at a bar. You understand? And for a man for us, pull out him gun, brawling so. You know, so that man is a cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah. He sent that message in Jamaica, it's okay. The police they can't catch you if you don't put on. You don't need tough. You don't have to put on no mask, man. They can't catch you.
You don't put down a mask.
You don't have to put on no mask.
So what is life really worth?
Huh?
What is life really worth? Life nowhere, no.
Not a vial of crack. Not even a vial of crack.
Wow. But my life worth more than a vial of crack. I don't know about Philip, but my life worth more than a vial of crack.
Life is priceless. Life is priceless. But it's something you could lose at any time.
Well, that is true.
So no put no value upon it.
That is
But
true.
a man will back in the days I remember. Back in the days I remember. In them days, the talk was somebody could give a crackhead $5 to get high and him come take your life. And I didn't never challenge it because it do can happen. So man, listen man, give thanks and praise to God Almighty for the breath of life and pray for protection. Because when you left your house, tomorrow is no guarantee to no one, bro.
That is true. That is true. That's why you must pray before you leave your house, you know. Must pray before you leave your house, you know.
Tomorrow no guarantee to nobody, bro. You know, seeing both you 1 minute you're taking the breath of life, and the next minute you're searching to find the last gap. You know, life, man.
So what do we need to do to prevent? Because from what I get to understand, this is like the fourth killing that's on TikTok Live. You understand me? It's like the fourth guy that loses life. So what can we do as a people or as a community so that this stuff don't keep on happening?
The Lord giveth and the Lord will take it. And me and you in the Lord.
Yes, we ain't the Lord, but you know, we must can do something or you understand me, or you know, so that this kind of stuff don't keep happening, you know what I mean?
You know, you have to remember the poem that I used to recite in school.
What poem is that?
I wonder why the grass is green and why the wind is never seen. Wonder. The word wonder.
Okay.
It has so many different things about wonder. Wondering could be good or bad, but it's a wonder.
That is
Wonderful.
What's your opinion, Glasses?
Well, goes deeper than what we say at face value. We have a saying in Jamaica that it's not the first time that we throw water bottle.
Say that again. Say that again, Glasses.
We have a saying in Jamaica that it's not the first time that the leaf goes to the bottom of the water, it rots. So this culture is something that has evolved and has gotten worse and worse and worse. And right now, it's culminated into, you know,
In the fabric of society.
it can't get any worse. So then we have to go back and look back now and say and follow the trend, follow the progression of it, and see how it starts. You know, what are the contributing factors, you know, that got us at this point. So looking back over the last 40 years, 30 years, 35, 40 years, what have we not done? What is it that we could have done to circumvent this kind of a culture that's permeated all of Jamaica? Because one time it seemed like it was only like in the, you know, the urban areas that you would have certain kind of crimes going on. But now all of Jamaica is the same. And the prevalence, the copious amount of guns that is in the community.
There you go.
It's mind-boggling. Now, how are these guns coming in? First, that we have to identify how are the guns coming in, and what kind or what degree of discipline that you're going to execute on people who are peddling guns, bringing in guns, and using guns. And until we can start to deal with it, the situation in a chronological order, then we're not going to have any good results. And then that is only one part of the equation. But the most fundamental part of the equation is, are we going to move forward and change the mindset, engineer a new mindset in the people? And that can be done in several ways. So we have to come up with a comprehensive plan to address the situation, so that by the time a girl or a boy reach a certain age, they have a different mindset from what we see now. And we have to put back in place very, very stringent measures that deals with this kind of situation. And I mean across the board for everyone, because there is a culture in Jamaica where everybody's corrupt. And it was good to see that I was watching one of the programs, I think it's called On the Spot Media, and I saw where one police officer was caught with an illegal gun, and they're dealing with even one of their own in a good way. So that's good, because we know we have corrupt police officers, corrupt soldiers, and we have corrupt politicians, and other areas, all of the areas public sector areas in Jamaica. It's really corrupt. So we have to have a certain kind of a disciplinary measure put in place for everyone, not just the regular man out in the street. If he does something, then you give him the full length of the law. Because a lot of these guns that are coming in, people who work at the wharves, these are not just local people. People in high places know what's going on. And we have to really start dealing with it as it is. But then again, like I always say, that Jamaicans will say, yes, well, this bad and that bad, but when it comes to implementing discipline, we do not want to execute any discipline. We'd rather talk about discipline for a 2-year-old or 3-year-old. But I think grown-ups need more discipline and more whooping than anyone else. As a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, he really doesn't know what he's doing. So, he's just developing, his skills to communicate and to do whatever. But as grown people, we like to exact, discipline. Yeah, man, boy, I need discipline. He need to beat his ass. But we as grown people, I think we need far more whooping and, discipline of a very, high degree than the children. Yeah, man.
Well, saying that I don't think everybody is corrupted. I wouldn't think everybody is corrupted. But what needs to be done is focus to protect the communities. Put back the measures. the restrictive measures. You see, when they try to curb crime, first thing everybody has said they don't want a curfew, but the curfew helps to catch because the guns are already there.
Let me ask you a question.
They are already there.
So how much of this responsibility fall on the government?
And the government responsible for keep the community safe. That's the government. See, going back to what I'm saying.
Right.
Why should this man go out there barefaced, no mask? Then he's that bold. You go out there and all know him still up on the street. Government, no man. Then they're not supposed to happen like that. I mean, if it's puzzling, it's different. But this is not a puzzle. The perpetrator is right here, man.
Oh, you're gonna find a perpetrator when you can't identify him.
Oh, you mean you can't? Oh, you mean?
You can't identify him. Me ask you again. Can you see the man face?
Listen, man.
All right. I guess not.
Remember me ask you, I asked you before if he was wearing a mask, and you answer me. You go around before you answer me, and then you say yes, he was. No, you said no, he wasn't wearing a mask.
I don't think him that way, man.
No, listen. I don't want you to think. I don't want you to think. Cause me and you
the man was wearing a mask. Hold on, my opinion, right?
Oh.
The man had on a hoodie.
As far as what I saw on the video that you sent me, Al, this man was well covered up. I don't think you could even see his eyes.
Thank you, sir.
You know, but that's not the point is, you don't have to see a man's face, because I watch a lot of crime solving on TV here, and if you look at it, they don't even have to see
just
the
him swag.
person.
Just him swag.
Number one, you need to let's try to identify what's the motive
True.
and his association.
Yeah.
And when you think about if you think about people's association, because most times when something happens, it happens, the perpetrator is somebody close to you, whether they do it directly or indirectly, whether they get someone to carry out the act. But obviously, this person had to be involved, or maybe not involved, but maybe he had to have maybe said something or done something which doesn't validate his killing. And that's the thing that really gets me. The first thing we say, well, when do?
I wonder.
That shouldn't be the case.
I
Whether or not
wonder.
he does something or whatever he did, that doesn't give anyone the right. And when you have that kind of lawlessness,
I wonder.
that when you have that degree of lawlessness, because that is lawlessness, when people can feel so bold-faced and feel empowered that they can go out and just kill people at random. It's not just what's happening inside of Jamaica, but also it's what it's sending, what kind of message it's sending to even Jamaicans outside of Jamaica. This creates fear for people who live out, Jamaicans who live outside of Jamaica and would want to come back to Jamaica. And when they see stuff like this, does this motivate them to come back to Jamaica or to stay away from Jamaica?
Stay away.
So this is not just impacting the people inside of Jamaica in one way. It's impacting Jamaica across the board. Because if you, as a person who lives in Jamaica and decide to go back to Jamaica and want to do some business and help your fellow Jamaicans, this is not something that's gonna, motivate you and make you feel excited. Because you're gonna say, oh man, this could be me.
You got a lot of people in the diaspora. Yeah. That a lot of them don't want to go back home. A lot of them don't want to go back home because when they hear about all the crime and the senseless killing, a lot of them don't want to go back home. You know what I mean? And if they do go back home, they're afraid. You know what I mean? And you can't really blame them because Jamaica is a totally different place nowadays, you know what I mean? All man have to just hear say you come from foreign and them a come look, them a look to come collect for them dividends from you. Understand me? Jamaicans are totally
They send you on a mission.
Yeah.
They send you on a mission, so mission accomplished.
It's sad, you know, it's real sad. It's real sad because, you know, a lot of people want to go back home, you know, them work in America, all them life, them save up, who build them house, who want to go visit. But when they hear about these kind of crimes, nobody want to go back to Jamaica. Because everybody afraid. You understand me? And I hear some people say, well, them something a gang something. So once you're not in a gang, it not touch you.
That's so far from the truth.
Exactly.
That is so far from the truth. I had a conversation with one Jamaican a couple of days ago, and he was endorsing the scamming. And the funny thing about it is that I think he was a former police officer in Jamaica.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister endorsed.
And he said that, well, you know what? A long time, you know, certain people do certain things, so a time now we, you know, but it's not only, most of the people who get scammed are people of our own same ethnicity.
Of course.
You know, because, you know, so
I heard it.
The mindset of the people, and these perpetrators, if you were to take them and sit down with them one-on-one, you could draw up you know, like, it would give you a composite idea of what's going on in the mind. What level of conversation could they carry? What kind of aspiration? What do they aspire to? So these are the things we want to talk about. How do we get back the people's mind to a certain place where they feel like they have something to offer the country and themselves? Because I don't believe this person who carried out this act, well, if he's a hitman, then is that the only thing that you could do? Is that the only kind of profession that you could take up? Is to kill people, your own fellow Jamaicans? So then you're lost yourself. You have no sense of self. You're blacked out. You're blacked out in the sense that you have no sense. You're in a dark place where your consciousness is concerned.
Rehire wonder. Yeah? You hear what I said?
I hear what you said, but what does it mean?
Rehire wonder.
Rehire wonder.
Yeah.
Rehire wonder.
You see how we that talk about wonderful?
Yeah.
The last man, the hangman in Jamaica, his name is Wonder.
Okay.
And somewhere in the 60s, late 60s, entering the 70s, he lost his job when they prohibit hanging. So when they prohibit hanging, that's when it started happening. If you could remember, when I was a kid, 1971, 72, 73.
No, I can't remember 1971.
No, me, I said when I was a kid,
Okay,
I could remember.
I could remember that.
I meaning me, not you.
Gotcha.
I didn't say that you could remember. I said that I could remember.
Gotcha.
I remembered up to the mid 70s. The plague was young policemen were dying. Police are dead like fly. Meaning the word was, mommy, don't send your kids to the academy because your kids died. They were killing police in Jamaica. It was an epidemic. It was an epidemic in the early 70s. And then they come in with this gun court, but at the same time, them out prohibited hanging. That was up. They don't hang people no more. So the hangman name was Wonder. So since when they stop paying people, the place gone rampant. So
let me ask you a question.
yeah.
I know that, since you said that, Jamaica at one time they used to hang people,
Yeah.
right? Do they still? They don't do that anymore because they say it's all cruel.
It's called a death penalty.
It's called a death penalty. So
Yeah.
they still hang people in Jamaica.
No, it was called a death penalty.
Oh, okay.
They don't have no death penalty, no penalty.
Right.
You just go do your time.
Go do your time.
And the rest of people outside there, feed them. They sitting up lovely having 10, 4, 15 so cell phone in a jail. And look now, the good people must work to take care of the bosses.
Well, boy, some of the stuff them what we said from the video them when in a Jamaica from out of prison. And said GP or even Spanish Town prison. The man them is in there living the life. You understand me?
Corruption
Yeah.
again.
So-
So that is corruption.
So-
corruption. So the prison system, the people who run the system
Penal.
are all on the take, corrupt. And if you're an entertainer and you can have the biggest color TV and you can have all the amenities that you shouldn't necessarily be having as a criminal, and so again you see where corruption in Jamaica is one of the contributing factors to the state that we're in. So, and hanging is not the answer. Employing police officers and training them to kill these men is not the answer. It's not the answer.
So in this situation, what is the answer? I mean, they don't hang anymore, and it says if wish after a while, the police kill them, and he said by killing them, that's not the answer, right?
What I mean by that, let me clarify that.
Okay.
That is, like I always say, that is part of the equation. If we say, well, you commit this kind of crime, this is the punishment for it, but you are given a chance to stop doing this kind of thing. And if you don't stop, then we have no alternative. But that cannot be the primary way in which we go about trying to solve the problem. We must create a different mindset, and that is what I've been reiterating over and over since I got on this program. In the people, starting with the children.
So we are trying to say that the adults, it don't make no sense if we try to save them. Got them far gone already.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I said we have to have programs for them too. And you see people running around. Number one, my opinion is that we must have a country where everybody works. Everybody has to work. That is the number one. That's one of the most important things. Everyone must work, and you have to show how you acquire certain financial resource. In the United States, you have a lumber system, and when you work, you pay your taxes. And they draw whatever. Jamaica needs to implement a system where we account for every able-bodied man working. He has to show how he works, how he's achieving certain things. You can't be running around driving the latest elite car. You have the biggest house, and the government doesn't know how you get it. How is that? How do you acquire it? By what means?
So basically, everything should be accounted for.
Of course. Of course. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of discipline. Whether you're a politician or you're a preacher or you're a doctor or whatever, you must know how you acquire certain things. Because if you didn't get it legally, then how else did you get it? Right? So right now, I think we need to rewrite the Constitution in Jamaica. I think it's kind of flawed.
The Constitution, right now, the Constitution is not the problem right now. So, but the problem we're talking about is the killing.
Right.
All right, now, if the society becomes so rogue and they already used to seeing and knowing, if you could go and kill a man, the kids them know, or just like all people here knows, when you're underage, you get away with anything because you're underage. Well, they know back there too. Look, kill a man. Hey, nothing gonna happen. But a bit you put back the penalty on the books. It's my opinion. I would believe they would see something to fear. A fear factor is there. And when the gallows start to operate again, and people barely start to feel that, knowing that when you commit and do certain things, that's how you're gonna end up. Give somebody something to think about before they give them something to think about. At least you know what's gonna happen to you.
Right.
You don't think? I don't know. That's my foolish opinion.
So do you think the courts do a bad thing in Jamaica? Do you think that the courts should try these guys when they commit crime, or let them out on bail?
No. The penal system, the judicial system,
Right.
it's there. No. But like you said, it's not the judicial system, it's the Constitution that prohibits
Certain things.
death penalty. Put back the death penalty on the books, man. And detour.
So let me ask you a
Detour
question. Let me ask you a question. 'Cause when I was a little boy, I used to hear that they used to do this in Jamaica, right?
What?
The hanging.
Yeah.
So
That didn't stop people from killing people.
I didn't say. That's not what I'm. That's not
So
what.
did it slow down the crime at least?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Put a buffer right there.
We don't want to deal with Band-Aid. It's not. We don't want to deal with a bandage situation.
That's why this happened.
What we want to deal with is going to the preventing. We have a saying in Jamaica, and it's worldwide. Prevention is better than cure.
Right.
So if we can harness the mind of people before they get to that stage where they have to think about the consequences of crime, we don't want that. We want to engineer the minds of people who are thinking constructively and give them something to do, give them something to think about, and keep them occupied constructively. And that would greatly minimize the situation that we're going through.
So what it is, in your opinion, you have the right to think of something, but what are you gonna replace with what is going on with present situation? Because I know today it's been happening, it's happening and keep happening, and nothing happens. So if you're going to try something and see if it go happen, but then you said, this is what you said. No, we can't do that. What you going to do to the two of these people? They come in and they're easing up. They have no sympathy for nobody, for nobody's life. And you going to say, oh, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, man. I say, put time at the death penalty on the board. Make them think about it. If you kill a man, you see it? Moses law, an eye for an eye. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You kill a man, you go and swing. They don't have no electric chair. get an electric chair and start fry them. That's how you do. And when you start to fry, first two you fry, people barely start to burn them now. Because the last time I had a friend, he came home and he no, not a friend, somebody that I know, he came home and he talked about being on the cell block in Spanish Town. It happened, the gallows ran from Spanish Town. And while the guy that was gonna be hanged, and the day when he was hanged, when his sentence was gonna be executed,
Right.
he went to the bathroom, and the guy said he could hear him in the bathroom. He couldn't keep his bowel because he know his time is up. His time is up. As soon as he left the bathroom, he going to the gallows. And he depend him. The man saying here, yeah man, bring back that man. They don't know, then you know when them no seeds start happen, and when that 3-4 of them at drop of daytime be killing people, then you will know little young youth them will grow come up now go and that happen to them.
Right,
But
right.
my friend over here say, you know, we can't bother with that.
That is
No, that is your opinion. This is my opinion. Let me talk. Let me finish that. Let me talk. You can't tell me say that because I still believe that would do something. Because look now, when they know they're gonna go out, all the premeditated killer, look now, he already know what's gonna happen. He know his destiny. Is the kind of action we him do. He know him about them too.
So what you're saying is bring back the dead.
Bring back him, man.
And it'll deter these guys.
He
from
will
coming to the bar.
detour a lot of them. Because they know, say, look now, when I get to and if them do it, you know, say, well, then at that time you make sure he won't happen. Because you know what? He no say me know them saying go do it, you make sure. Greasy gallows, good guy, he know say he know in destiny. You gonna die. You gonna die.
Because in Jamaica, I know that they had changed the law that if you get hit with a gun, you get X amount of years, like 15 years, but that not deter the
No,
guys.
at least he get a penalty. So it depends if your life value 15 years, you go sit
But even
Boy, when you kill somebody, you gonna pay. You gonna pay. You're not gonna kill nobody and walk away.
brother, even though them get the time, they still come out
At
back
least,
and still do crime.
at least that means, look now, hey, they have the penal system is set up with a parole board. That means it's called a correction system. So right there, you get out, depends on your present character inside if you change. And you know the human resources, you make sure, so well then you know and man go back that way. So you set up certain things in place so him not have to try back the road and go report when him to report. And if it become a predicate, look no, if it become a predicate, meaning if you go back to that fields,
Right.
you're not seeing road again. So look no, giving you the time, you're gonna do the time, you're gonna work. You're gonna find some work to do with a farmer or whatever. You know there's a prison in St. Mary. And you know the name of the prison? Yeah, the name of the prison in Spanish Town is Tamarind Farm.
Tamarind Farm.
Tamarind Farm.
Okay.
No, in St. Mary, there's a Richmond Farm. Where those prisoners, they work. They do farm work in Jamaica.
Right.
That's what I know of when I left Jamaica quite a while now.
When I was a little kid in Jamaica, you know, you used to drive past the field, them, you know, you always used to see the prison them out there, and them white,
Yes.
full white.
You like them, you work a creamer.
See? But nowadays, them just wear them regular clothes.
Because the system packed on. Now the Prime Minister said he don't have no problem with the man them. I don't have no problem with the man them. We are choppy line. Exactly, I'm not lying. No, what kind of Prime Minister he is if you go and say,
Rogard said that.
yes, man. Me not have no problem with the man them. We are choppy line. No, come on. What you end us? Now for them the statement come from the head of the authorities and those kind of, that means this man isn't really capable of leading. You can't leadership of its principles, man. And when you say that as a leader, you are telling people you ain't got no problem with guys who chop the line.
Well, maybe him feel say if them chop the line and not kill it better.
No, bro, listen. Look, when God give you rules say sin, he not give no other meaning when he say. No crime. You commit crime, you're going to do the penalty you're going to be. So me not give you that. That is, you understand, that meaning when you lead a country, you can't be twisted around and be like, come on, man. What you stand for? What stand do you make? You cannot endorse and say it's okay for, remember, once here Bob Marley said, give them an inch, they take a foot, give them a yard, then take a mile. So once you go give, the inch them give was get rid of the death penalty. And this was back in the early 70s. See where it come to now, it come to turn out in a sure now, where they can't control it. So look, you see, you hear about church and state.
Right.
These were the Christian conservatives. Oh, no, you can't do that. See what's happening now? One of them started about, no, you can't do that. This ungodly, you can't. No, Moses last said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You know what I mean? Right. That means when a man think of doing him brother something, man, he must have something to think. Say, no, if I do this gonna happen. You make sure, are you sure you really want to do this?
Right.
Think about it. Now, if you went about and do it, then you will make up your mind. No problem. Don't make up your mind, pal. No problem.
Right.
But the thing is this, you do it. Another time. You know some parents where no curve them kids. No, just talk. And that's it. No action, no form of punishment, no form of penalty.
So it's lack of parenting.
Then if society lack of parenting and then it lack of rules and regulation, it curbs society. All I fence back them. Then if you fence back them, what can protect you? You ain't got no buffer, no protection. Look, the fear factor is if somebody has pump fear in your neighborhood, you have to pump fear in it. Just like me say, if you fight in crime, the criminal want money, you use money to get him. You can't, I don't want to do this. Anything that happen, worse and worse. And you sit there and don't do nothing. Then you don't need to be nothing.
So you say if there's crime, you use money and get it.
No, I said, this is my opinion.
Okay.
You fight in crime just like a crime fighter, the criminal, they want money.
Right.
So, you would say, we use money to catch them because they do it yet. They put, what him say it's against, it's bribery. No, bribery is when you bribe somebody within their rights of the law. You use money to get away with your crime.
Right.
That is bribery. No, bounty is when somebody already committed that crime and on the run. And you want this person badly. So you pay for tips to the whereabouts. You pay people to tell you where that person is. No, it would be me saying if somebody do something to a friend of mine did something gross that really hurt you so much.
Right.
Then I'm interested in it. getting that perpetrator. Yeah. And if me say, all right, and it not go, then raise the ante.
So you're not going to report that to the law?
Of course.
Okay. Think you're going to take up the crime now?
No, man, respect the law, man.
Okay.
Anything me I go do, me I do it within the realms of the law.
Okay.
No, remember, bribery is against the law, but bounty is not. Bounty is on the books.
Okay.
Bounty is on the books.
Right.
So therefore, when you raise the bounty, who would know the story and on a fabrication? Hey, we get that. God, look now. People love money.
Right.
Ants love sugar.
Right.
Moose love butter, ants love sugar. Rat love coconut.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so
you say you have to sweeten them out.
you know have to sweeten the pot, man, to get what you want, bro. You know the same thing. Yes, you have to. Once there is a will, you got to find a way. No, you can't tap dance around the way and I go on like. Then if I tap dance, you don't want to really stop nothing. You don't really want to stop nothing. I'm going to death penalty. Hey, we're afraid of that because you have to kill somebody. You yourself will impose the penalty. Want to end up killing somebody one day and it might turn back on you. Well, if that's where you're thinking, then. But hey, if you really want, you have to give the perpetrators something to think about. And last week, I was watching Brogad.
Right.
Brogad had a meeting with the commission. They were talking about the parish of St. Catherine. They had this new housing project to do in St. Catherine, and the Brogad said exactly, this is what going to happen on this project. And look, if none of that man then think them bad, well, no come. In that said, this project going to happen and it's not going to run like no other project where the ruthless and lawless individuals come and do what they want to do. It's not going to go down. That thing probably saying now going to go down like this. You know what I mean? So we watching out for that project. But it seems like he's ready to put in some serious work because now the commissioner said they clean up Clarendon. You know, because Clarendon was really, really on top. And the criminal, yeah, it was rampant. Now they cut it down to a level where they have it. The policeman, I tell him, say them have, you know,
it's out of control.
Yes. So when you hear people, I said they know how this and then look, you can't please everybody all the time. But guess what? Please, if you please do things to protect people's life, then who not like it, bite it.
Right.
Because you are trying to protect people's life. So if you do something to protect people's life and you hear some people on the side that criticize, those are the people you don't look for. Because when you open up the territory, things happen. You know what I mean? And make the government look bad. That you're not governed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the problem, no matter the solution where you're coming, make them talk about the solution. Where you impose a solution, and if the solution is working, all who want to criticize, make them criticize, but you know the solution is working.
Right.
But when you sit and do nothing, what you doing? I'm waiting around the top road, grown to your answer. Try something, man. Put on back, make the youth them know. Find them left school, them know. Say, well, me not say, you know, I ain't saying nothing. Do other things to entice them in working for the economy or whatever.
Right.
But also, if there is a choice what you make, everything is the choice that you make. If you make a bad choice, if you make a choice and you make the choice to go the wrong way, when you go the wrong way and broke your law, yo, you gonna pay the penalty. You know what I mean? Eh? So don't think you're gonna break the law and walk away. Cause when you do that and somebody have it like that, then come on. You gotta be serious, man. You gotta be serious. You know? Anyway, I was here yesterday.
Say that again.
I was here yesterday, glasses. Yesterday was the first, was April.
Yesterday was yesterday.
Yes, and there was a big day in the diaspora where Mother Africa is concerned. That's the reason I asked.
Too much, and I don't know what went down yesterday.
Okay. Well, I mean, what I saw is people had spoken on behalf of Ibrahim Traore. Regards to what indictment that was brought against him from the United States. And the diaspora already they started something different from those fallen heroes that has gone before, the ones that Bob Marley talk about, sings about. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Well, quite a few happened after Bob Marley passed. But it's happening too much. You know what I mean? The last one was Muammar Gaddafi. And it happens on the watch. People, and what I noticed again yesterday, I haven't seen no heads of government in Africa standing up, speaking out. I haven't seen. When I talk the ones from the Sahel region, I'm talking the one from the ECOWAS region. Everyone is on the same continent. But like Bob said, how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? No, we the people have leaders. But I notice certain sector leaders don't say anything. Why? But the youths, they represented well. They did, man.
So what about any entertainer? Do you see any entertainer that's...
I never say I don't see. I don't see, bro.
Wow. And he's doing such a wonderful thing.
I don't see. Well, one figure, at least Usain Bolt throw his voice in. And that's good because a renowned figure.
Right.
But there are others who no wake up yet. I don't know if they're Uncle Tommy now or whatever. But you know how that go, master. So, you know, but what I say, or what I see, you know, this attempt for this young man life is happening so regular now. It's like every other week.
Guess they want to get rid of him like Castro. They want to get rid of him like Castro.
No, not like Castro, like Gaddafi.
Like Gaddafi.
They want to Gaddafi him.
Okay.
But he's standing like Castro.
Okay.
You know, he's standing, this guy, look. And no, I don't say he's standing. He's bringing The more they want it, the more unity they bring into to Africa. That's what I see. That's what I see, because, we don't have no other way. Together, what I see, what tune in on the channel, we carry them. We carry the news.
So he had a big rally in his country yesterday.
It's all not in his country, it's all over international. People in the diaspora. It's all over in England, France.
Right.
All over.
I know it's all over, but what I'm saying...
No, you don't know because you didn't watch it.
This is what I'm saying. I know I did not watch it. I'm asking you. They had a big protest.
Yes, it was.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you. I didn't watch it. I'm just asking you a question.
What I don't see is I don't see no broadcast of it happening here yesterday. But I see broadcast worldwide and on motherland. But me no see none yet here, because I was trying to watch the news and see it was news and I carry. But what I do know was the Prime Minister in Italy. She's a lady. I don't know if you know that Italian Prime Minister. She was really endorsing. She was talking good about that man. Say anybody who would do good for their country, look for that from anybody. So what's so bad that he does? Did he take something from you? What he took from you? Why you want to kill him like? Why you doing him like that when you doing something bad? So, well, man, I'm satisfied with what I see, but still can't sleep. Still can't sleep. We have a long way to go, bro. Because when we realized those guys that stay silent, their silent means nothing. Right now, them silent until they say, comes the next election, their silence are go get up and defend this young man, even if he's not from their own state. You know what I mean? Them one call them say a country, so them call it, but I would say states. Those are all states in Africa. And them to get together and choose a president. And them stay in them state. So what they should do is get together and choose one president. And they are the governors of their state. But them get together and write in them constitution. That should have been happening since them free Mandela. That's my opinion. Because right now, Mandela get free from 1994. And nothing happened. You know? Yes, man. If you come on, my black brothers, come on, my black sisters, Africa we want to go. Yeah, 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 Africa we want to go. Hey, hey. Then the African continent must be free in the year 2033. The black and white suppressors, they must have be free. That is the order of the Nyabingi. Shut up the African language. Eat up the African sandwich. Smoke up the weed of wisdom. Come and creep on it now the African kingdom. Africa we want to go. Cha la 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 la, cha la 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 la. Unity, 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 unity. Africa we want to go. Yeah, yeah. Africa, we want to go. Hey, hey. Africa, we must be free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, my black brothers. Come on, my black sisters. Africa, we want to go.
A different state of mind we must create. Consciousness we reiterate here now. Now yourself, my brother, now. Your shoulder to the wheel, and it's been working. No more will we sit by the wayside. Put your shoulders to the wheel, 'cause we need everyone. I say, well, oh, step up, my brother. Step up, my sisters. For this work, so much work to be done. Well, Africa,
Sing it, sing it.
Africa, oh yes, Africa.
Come
Now
in,
you know.
come make we chat up the African language. Come make we eat up the African sandwich. Make we smoke up the weed of wisdom. Born it na the African kingdom. Yeah, 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 yeah.
We arrange the minds of the people. A new state of mind. A new state of mind. Oh, yes. Well, while you're on your way, you can help me. While you're on your way, reach out to your sister. Yeah. Rearrange the minds of the people. Teach them how they must think, how they must work, how they must communicate. Yeah. Consciousness of the mind, heart, and soul. Yeah. There will always be one until for the people, yeah, yes, Jack. Until the people, yes, come to know Father as Savior. Liberation through democracy, salvation through solidarity, yeah. Love and hate can never be friends. I hear Mama Africa calling. I hear Mama Africa calling. Again. Whoa, whoa, I hear Mama Africa. Oh, she's calling. Rearrange the mind of the people. Let's get together, my brothers and my sisters. Well, there's work to be done. No, you just can't run. Put your shoulders to the wheel. Yeah. Let's sing a song of liberation. Oh, yes. Tell me, what is your salvation? Well, again. Africa must be free. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
stitching time saves 9, you know?
What you mean?
So, what that tells you is that before things get bad, you have to recognize it and solve it.
God, but already. God, but a morning. According to gladiators. But God, but a morning. Can't come with a evening. Everything, see, they know. Everything clash. Everything clash.
Well, I know deal with God, but a morning. Deal with no.
Yeah.
So right now is no,
Every fix it.
you know.
Every fix it.
Yeah. So, Africa, yeah.
Yeah. Well, repair.
Well, they've never recognized His Majesty, you know, so
Well,
feel it.
well, when you said them, we are well away, you know, we are in the same, we are in the same boat.
One of the thing about Jamaica, you know, one of the reasons why Jamaica so powerful, you know, even though we lose a lot of strides, but we recognize His Majesty. Enough people, all Africans, them can't understand why Jamaica recognize His Majesty.
A big J. Big J. Big J. It happened through Marcus Garvey philosophy. Philosophically, it happened because of Marcus.
So if the African people them no want come together and stand firm,
It's not if and but. I don't say, I know if they don't want.
they must know.
They have practice. They have practice putting down them head on hand. They sound like ostrich. They've been doing it since the 60s. But let's look what happened now. The new generations, right now, the youth them, well, Ibrahim Charwari. But he was born in 1988. My son was born on February 22nd. He was born in March, somewhere around March 14 or 15. So my oldest kid, Ibrahim Charwari, I'm my son. But one just work as he done and he has performed. And they, the old men, who don't have no dream, they were dream. They are dreaming about setting up themselves because that was the thing back then. You know, say a man achieve where he can get out alive, him get him house and him car, and him go have 3-4 women, and that for them dream. They don't know nothing else. The young man come with dream for him country. And guess what? The youths them, they see with him. So they're letting it know. Their statement is whatever Jah did to them heroes with gone past, we ain't taking this road. We gonna protect this man and stand by his side. And that means you gonna have to kill off all of it. But guess what happened? Let me know. That's what they will do it too. They will do it too. Look, they will do it. They know how to do it. They did it in Australia. They did it here. The only thing they think is this. They want to go back like that to them government because they did it and them run. So then it's hard for them to go back now. But look now, they are thinking now in their minds, dang, we should have did this for a long time. Look now they find out everything is there. Wow, the jackpot, look now. The jackpot is there and they were there. The jackpot is there and they were there. And now look, they got knocked out of the box. Now they want to return. But seems like the tables turn because the diaspora wake up and know say unity are the key. And so far as well, we see now old and young, mostly young people. You could count the few old people that stand there. The mixed multitude in the crowd were less old people because seats were provided for the older folks. You know what I mean? Then? And at one time, those folks were young when all of the atrocities passed, when the murder happened. You know, see, but we can't really fathom why John Road were. What I can't really fathom. What would make a black man lead the charge? You no conscience. There no consciousness of what you getting out of it.
You're not caring about money, brother.
No, it's not saying the money. I'm talking from the other side, not from the African point of view. I'm talking about from where we stand now.
Yeah, but you know, money. Them say money is the root of all evil. A lot of times people do crimes or they commit stuff because of money. You know what I mean? Look at Martin Luther King. Yeah. It was somebody within.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But why always be a black man want to wear that badge? You want to be the one, the scapegoat.
Just like slavery time, you know, them sell you out, you know. Just like slavery, them sell you out because them used to capture you for the white man, but that's slavery.
I don't know. When Master give one black man the whip, you know, he beat you, what's that? You know, me remember when I was a little boy. No, there was this guy named, he used to, I don't know if you know what is a tray. It's a carrier that takes sugar cane to the factory. But it's not a motor-driven carrier. It's a mule-driven carrier. So them call that carrier. You know, some people that say a wagon.
Right.
But back in Jamaica, they call it mule and dray. It's a dray.
Mule and dray.
Mule and dray. That means it's mule drawn. A dray is a mule drawn carriage. Okay. It could be a flat-bedded or it could be a wagon that can carry things. So this is a wagon that's loaded with sugarcane to the factory. Now this kid, he don't go to school. He was working on the wagon. Well, guess what now? When the wagon passed through the neighborhood, people always go pull a cane. You could pull a cane from the wagon. But this guy, I won't even say his name. I mean, them call him Son. And look, if you pick draw one, Son don't know you, it's okay. But you see, who he knows, don't you dare draw one.
Mean to the one that know.
The one that he doesn't know, he could see with them, he make this time. But you see the one that he knows,
well, you're supposed to know better.
No, when everybody pull something from them, everybody pull a cane from the wagon, cause it's harvest time.
Right.
But you can't pull none from Son wagon.
Yeah, I want to kind of make a little interjection.
Yeah, man.
You said something earlier about we were selling each other. Right. We were never selling each other. There's no such thing as that. That's a great lie.
Okay.
That's a great lie. We weren't selling each other.
We used to capture one another for the white man, though.
Don't say we, it's not we.
We weren't capturing each other for no white man.
We wasn't capturing the white?
No, don't say we, it wasn't we. It's not us. No.
There's no proof of that.
Yes, yes, they talk about it. Even they talked about it. You see the same people that this kid, Ibrahim Traore, listen to him. He said these people are the same people, you know them calling people salon slaves. And he talk about the chieftains in the villages back then that welcome these people, and they had black men helping them, because when it happened, this tribe don't like this tribe, and when that was enough for the visitors, you know me at all, it was enough for them to go to the chief, look now, and chief would send him boy them go catch, you know, anybody where chief don't like for me next time, and then him boy them have authority to catch them, round them up. And guess who is he rounding them up for? He's rounding them for the catchers. He gave them to the catchers, and he alright until when the catchers sitting there get scarce. The catchers carry, look now, the catchers carrying some of him friend them, and said, round them up too. You don't use him and round them, so him falling nice too. So I was not there. But I could understand because if you already know, if you notice, is the diaspora spoke out more than the ones that are there, because the ones that are there, they are the upholders. That's why this lady named Ariana Chihambore, she lashed out at them, and she was an ambassador. She was an ambassador from Ghana in this place, in the diaspora. So she said, look, the lady bring back the point and said, look, what did you all say when they told you all that they were going to Libya? Not one of you guys say anything. And why all the time when they plan, you all sit quiet and don't do nothing? But guess what? You see, we from the diaspora who were taken away, and we are from our ancestors that were taken away, we are the ones that speak out. They can show you all the African leaders, their mansions, it's all outlandish. Them are lavish in Paris. Them big mansion and them big this what them have.
Never say to your kids, your grandkids, or anyone, we're never selling each other.
Okay. Thank you for correction.
We're never selling each other. The white man has never bought anything that he can get through might, or deceit, or power,
you got a point,
or treachery. And when they came to the motherland, they came for human cargo.
Yeah.
No other purpose. Because it was a Roman Catholic monk who told the slave master that we African people were more suitable physically and otherwise, and that we didn't have no feelings. There were countless amount of experiments that were done on people without anesthesia. We must always remember these things. We were never selling each other. Never ever, because when they came to the motherland, they had superior military power. And when you have military power, you don't buy anything, you take. When you say line up, you get in line with guns and
yeah, they did that too. They did that
so
too.
we were never selling each other. The purpose of that narrative is to create a distrust and disunity and hatred.
Yeah, you could say that. That sounds. But
let me just make that correction. That's for me.
Yeah.
Anybody else who wants to run with that, they can go on ahead.
I wouldn't. I know something women would have really go said, because you have to know what comes out of your mouth. But that notion, when I analyze and I look back here, what's going on back there? Look at this young man, and he's trying to do good, and those who are in places of power, not one of them. I look yesterday and me look, and me not see none of them. Me not see not one of them heads of government say anything. Then I would say in my to myself, what you hear and what you see now, it goes back to what you hear, because you could see it. Because look, they are the ones from Ivory Coast. They still have the man that killed Thomas Sankara, what's his name? Blaise Compaoré. He's still in Ivory Coast. And who is he holding fort for? He's not holding no fort for fellow Africans. He is working for the master. So, man, you have some explaining to do if you really think what you say, because that's not what PLO.
I don't care.
That's not what PLO said.
I don't care.
And those are the mans.
We were never.
No, I know that PLO said. I know that PLO said.
We were never.
That's not what the professor said.
No.
That's not. You need to go and watch the program.
Never have they bought anything.
Go and listen to Professor Lumumba. PLO Lumumba.
The last landmass that was added. The two of the last landmass that was added to the Union, the United States of America, is Hawaii and Alaska. And Hawaii,
we're not talking about United States.
And Hawaii was taken by military might. By military might. There is at no time have they ever bought anything that they can get by means of might, by means of deceit, by means of treachery and war.
You're not informed properly. Whatever these people who are in proper position that deal with this issue, they are not saying what you are saying. I'm not saying that you don't have a point saying to repeat it. There are certain things that you don't want to repeat. But I know something when somebody I run with it. I tell you, people with proper knowledge and people with the degree to talk to us about what's going on. That means you gotta listen to the professional, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I have to listen to critical thinking, critical understanding. I don't need to listen to any professor.
I said the prophet.
I don't need to listen to.
Listen, man.
Critical thinking tells you that
you have no history of the motherland.
What we have been struggled with and being boggled down with that legacy of.
You have no history of the motherland, bro.
We carrying that legacy about we selling each other is just creating.
But that's what happened. It's happening today.
It's just creating hatred.
No, it's happening today. It's happening today, man.
And we have to stop.
Stop. It's happening. It's happening now. You have to talk about black man and sell black man,
we have to stop perpetrating.
What do you mean you have to stop? That's what's going on. You blind. You don't see that's what's going on. What you think are going on there? What you think France doing? He had his puppet, people will take money from him and they make their money by selling out. And that's what Abraham tried to stop. And you can't believe it because you think it can happen. But it's happening. It's happening. That's what's been happening. And it's happening too much because there's some people who are complicit. And when they put you in place of power to hold your brother down, just like the other day I tell about the king crab. The king crab can't have him house and him land and him bully for carry him. That's what he wants. He don't want to see his brother and sister with anything else. He's satisfied he living good. Master treating him good. And Master treat him so good he'll fuck the whole continent to take Master money. What you call that? That's what's been happening for a long time. Oh no, you don't know what's going on, man. You gotta listen to people. No, I know we, bro.
And we have to stop.
No, it's not we. It's not we. That's boy.
That to our grandkids.
What do you mean?
And we have to create.
No, before the grandkids grow up, before the grandkids grow up, they're going to stop.
Anything like that.
No, man, don't say.
50 million perish coming through the Middle Passage. So where did they get the money to pay for 150 million of our people who perish through the Middle Passage?
Not all. Some are stolen, some are bought and paid for. Because one thing the white man knows, he can buy a black man. He knows that because black man is for sale.
not
What you going to tell
buying
all black men have to
He's not
steal?
buying anything.
What you mean?
He's
Stop
not buying
that.
anything.
He's not
Moreover,
buying.
he didn't have anything to
Stop
sell
talk,
us.
man. You're not talking sense,
Moreover,
brethren.
when he came
Where
to
you
the
think we are
continent,
slave, brethren?
when he came to the continent,
Somebody sell us, bro.
when he came to the continent,
Somebody sell us, bro.
Okay, one at a time,
Come
one at a
on,
time,
bro.
one at a time. One at a
Wake
time.
up, man. Don't act like
when
you're
he came
good
to the
into show.
continent, he didn't have anything to buy. The continent has everything. What did they bring to the continent to buy us? They didn't have anything. If it's gold, we have gold.
I don't wanna them. No. Then they know say gold today. If them no say gold today, when they do, they take.
We've always got gold
No,
in our
it
bank.
was always under the ground.
One at a time, gentlemen.
They
One
did
at a
not
time.
know that gold is there. That's where they made the mistake. That's why they coming again to wipe us all out. That's why the youth them stand up and say, no, you can't do this because them do it to the Indians here. They're ready to wipe out everybody, all black man. You touch one, you touch all. That is the sense why they march to protect him. Because you touch one black man, you touch all. And you don't think that France and America will team up and wipe out the whole Africa just to get the resources. Because they didn't have the technology then to know that resources is there. So now it want them to know that all the resources that they need is there. So all they got to do is kill out the leaders. And then you start to kill out one by one everybody till you what them do to the Indians and like what they did to the Aborigines in Australia. So don't sit there and talk about no black man. Black man is black man's worst enemy. You know that.
We were never selling.
Yeah, man, we
each
were
other.
slaves, bro.
We
That's
were-
all we know.
we
We were slaves.
We were never selling each other. Never have we been selling each other. That's a lie, and it's a great
It's
lie.
not a lie. It's
That
not
is
a lie. The signs are there. And
A lot
when
of
when
psychological
PLO Lumumba
baggage.
speak about the same thing, he
And
speak
create
about the
disunity
same
among
thing.
One at a time, one at a time.
We have never been selling each other. It's a great
No,
lie,
man, don't say that.
and it's
man.
something that has created a lot of psychological damage
You be that.
to our people.
It
And we
be
have
that-
to stop perpetrating that
No,
kind of lie
no,
and telling it
it's
to
not
our
a lie.
children
It's-
and preaching it
It's
to our
not a lie. You can't
grandkids
sweep
and
nothing
all.
on and carry you them know the story already. So talk about telling to the children. You can't sit down and talk. You them African youth them know already what's this. They know the beat. They know what's going on more than you are. Because in our era, we never see our parents them stand up and talk about them things. See the youth them grow up and they be under one stress. They know what happened and they can't fathom it. And now you're saying because there are people there who are doing the same thing. They are telling you, what you think? That's why they want the place. Because they have people who are in cahoots with them, who is willing to sell their country for $1. Because they sell it, man, already. Now they're ready to sell it right. Because what these people realize is when they came back in the earlier centuries, they didn't know of the resources under the soil. So now they come and they take the people. But though, as time goes by, they realize, whoa, God, jackpot underneath the ground. There's so much gold in there. Now this man I said, come and kill them and go take them and move them to go somewhere. You know, no problem doing it. I said, you sit down and say, man, I want you. I said, no. They've been doing it. First, you have to move the ones in power. Because they are there. First, you got to get rid of them. So this kid wrote the Constitution. And the Constitution he wrote it, it's spreading like wildfire all over the land. Now the youths, they are hip. They realize who the enemy are, who the leaders are. The ones that stayed silent even though they heard of the threat coming. Now they look at what happened in Libya. They look at what happened, how many places these people go and do things. I'm surprised at Barack Obama too, you know, because he never look in himself what him do, and it never, make no sense. There's certain lines, cross, man. And the lady speak about it. Dr. Ariana Chikamori. Yeah. And the professor said the same thing. No, you trying to say this didn't happen. But it's evident it's happened. And he have more knowledge of the African history more than we do, bro. So half of the story is never yet been told. And from what I gather when I listen very keenly. And I've heard things I've never dreamed of hearing. But at least somebody with the knowledge is there to tell you what happened from Ghana, from way back when, what been happening. And they didn't say what you are saying. So I don't see why you come saying they are lying. Why would they lie? There are people there. They don't like see the same thing where what the ambassador said. Oh, she meet African while she was in the diaspora, and the African lady that she met was telling her, "Oh, I don't speak to Ghanaian. I'm the only one black person on my block, and I don't speak to Ghanaian." So the woman I tell her. So the woman is saying, "No, look at this woman. She's from Ghana. She's telling this woman, oh, I don't speak to African people. Because that's the mindset. What the oppressors do. That's why she said the African dead and lazy man. So everybody came to this young kid and the black, this new kid and the black, who is setting example because he knows what those other leaders are doing. They are not with helping their fellow men. They are not serving their fellow, they're serving the master. So if you're taking money from the masters, this, there, and hour, still taking money to keep your country like this. They claim say you're the poorest country, but then you will have all the resources in the whole wide world. Out of all the places in the world, the resources.
We're not poor. We are impoverished.
No. None of that them say. None of that me saying. I said they claim.
Let's make a correction.
No.
We're not poor. We are impoverished, but we're not poor.
I said, sir, I did not. I said they claim Africa is the poorest of that. So they claim. So when you say you're right, we are impoverished. People are impoverished from where we're from. Right. But impoverished by design. No, those people in those places refuse to do what's right. What they do is uphold corruption, and once they are fed and them are right, it's okay. Oh, you want gold? Oh, take all that gold you want. Just drop a little thing like it here. Don't worry about the people them. The people they are right. The people they are right. They used to darkness. Moon, they look to the moon for the thing. Don't worry, you go and go do it and come back again. And they keep doing it for years, year in, year out, century come, century go. Now they realize, oh, but wait, we're not supposed to let yourself. We left that, we have to come, we are left here, I like gold and everything underneath the earth. No, you say, oh, no black men, there are some wicked black men down Africa, you hear? And some of them in the diaspora, some wicked, some of them wicked. So, me now hide my tongue and talk about them. You know what I mean? You have a king crab them, and Ibrahim Traore call them salon slave. Worse than the master.
We got 5 minutes, guys, 5 minutes.
So, no contact about them, they never. They did it. They did it. Some of the chieftains, if them see arrival tribe personnel out in, they grab them and wait to sell them. But it never happened. It happened. The Arabs were doing it.
Well, like I said, I,
Yeah.
there is no one can convince I to that. I don't care. I don't care who. No guy can convince I to that. Because I don't see no evidence of that.
Yeah, that
I don't
right. You
have no
lucky.
evidence of that.
For
Because I know so when them
period.
guys they come, when them come to the motherland, they came for human cargo. And they came with guns and bayonets. And all we had was slingshot and boomerang and spears. And these guys not going to succumb to no boomerang and spears
You know,
and catapult
I know, so,
when they can get what they want for free.
I know, so Professor Patrick Lumumba said, you not tell a story like how you tell it. Because you're not telling. When they came, they come to look.
Gentlemen, we have 3 minutes left.
They come and they look to see what's going on. They spy out and they go back and go invite Tom, Dick and Harry. Everybody come. We are good on, sir. We find place over, sir. The whole of them didn't come same time. The whole of them never come same time. So somebody went back and go tell the news. So all you are saying, all you saying it's not what happened. The way old Lumumba said, when one come, him said back him friend go back and him stay there, did they try to oh, you mean no know him attack? Oh, you mean no know him attack?
Lumumba must go back and
No man, no bro. No bro. Don't get ignorant, man. Don't disrespect the man. Cause you never been to Africa, you never been to a university, you never study black Negro, you never study black history in Africa. Don't do it, man. That is the thing.
Hold on.
That is the thing. That is the thing now. You say, what you mean not happening?
All right.
Come on, my brother.
All right, my brother.
You can't take away the man's props, bro. Don't say the man don't say no because you ignorant according to what you think. What you think and what you know is different. If the man is down there on the ground and he's telling you, he was born there and he's telling you his research and he's the professor and he knows what he's saying. And everything that he's saying it and you're trying to rub it out and this. Because you don't feel say these black men are treacherous. Bro,
I don't know what he's talking about.
Ladies and gents,
black men are treacherous, bro. And we unite. That's why we don't have no unity.
I wonder if Lumumba is aware of the
Yeah, no man. Go and watch YouTube channel and you will see and listen. You will see and you hear him. I'm telling you something. Don't quarrel with me. Go and watch YouTube channel. And you will see the menu and you will hear him talk. And then next week when we come, you have something to say to me.
I wonder if Lumumba is aware of...
Hold on that note.
I wonder if Lumumba is aware of the doctrine of discovery.
On that
No, ain't nothing you could say you are not in the heights of that man. You don't have a degree that could speak for you. You can't walk in that stage, bro. Come on, man. Shut up. I'm going to do some research, bro.
All right, gents. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Tonight the conversation is heated. Them not in the studio argue over politics. But you know, we're about to get out of here right now. I want to thank everyone for logging on and listening. Yeah. All right, man. It's 10 o'clock when we're about to get out of here. Let these guys get their final comments, and then we're out. Sadi, final comment.
My final comment that I give to you, the diaspora, go to the YouTube channel, and then you will see and get to know things for yourself.
All right, thank you for that. Glasses, final comment.
I don't argue. I don't argue. And Lumumba doesn't know what he's talking about. He's one of those fifth columnists, you know. So let him research the doctrine of discovery, the Papal Bull of 1492, and see where there was a decree that was granted for all Christians to go out and capture lands from whoever were non-Christians and Saracens, as they call it. You understand? So we're here to reason and to listen to each other and have respect for each other's opinions. But opinions are only opinions.
Right,
They're not facts.
Right.
And when you look at it, you could look at something, you have to look at the facts. You could have your own personal opinion, but the facts are the facts. I could say the sky is red. The sky is not red, the sky is blue. That is a fact. My opinion is that it is red. So let's, always be mindful of that.
Yes, sir.
We were never selling each other. And we need to stop perpetrating that and placing that upon the minds of our people so we can move forward in a positive and uplifting manner and start to love each other instead of being boggled down with that psychological, baggage of hate and distrust and disunity. One love, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie first.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you everyone tonight for logging on. Thank you everyone to being part of the conversation. My time is up. See you guys next week.
Emancipate yourself now. Oh yes. Ooh.